No. Four. Yeah.
Imagine. You said a prayer for the one?
Yeah.
Upon Yaakov, turn the face to east. To the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawu. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. I.S.U.P.K. Shomka. Yahweh. Malaka. Taba'ah. Zaka. Ayah. I.S.H.A. Ba'arat. Ayah. Rashamayim. Nathanael. Lacham. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kabawakna. Kasalakna. Kabawakna. Dabiana, Ansarwam, Abo, Shana, Mayam, Right, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Wa'ab, Wa'atapar, Laulom, Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. I.S.H.A. I.S.U.P.K. Al-Fahari. Ma'ayam. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'an. Yahweh. I.S.H.A. Samayam. Wa'arat. Al-Yatan. Lamubak. Fadalka. Al-Yanawam. Samar. Hanna. La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Salomon, Yasha, Yahweh, Samar, Yahweh, Kazal, Aliyah, Yam, Yawamam, Atamat, La'a, Yahaka, Yakaka, Waira, Balayala, Yahweh, Samar, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Atnapas, Yahweh, Samar, Selected, Yasamar, Taza'at, Babu'ak, Laika, Wai, How
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes.
To the
hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. And even forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power and evil. Yahashim Yahushai, Baruch the Thundermanal, the Kak, La Rapa'ah, Kal Machalat, Wakal Marawa, the Kak, La Tahar, Hamat Zaran, the Kak, La Hakwali, Hamati, the Kak, Al Rakawat, Hatma'al, the Godson, Bashim Yahushai, the Water Alman.
The power in English. Yahweh, Name YAHANNA. Please give us the power. Power to heal all manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of YAHANNA. Thank you. So be it.
Pray to bless Israel in the evening. YAHANNA. Barakana. YAHANNA. Wahabaya. Sapar. Barak. Magan. This time you can say the name of the Lord more than once. Everyone repeats that name once.
For those that's on social media, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Otherwise, anybody can start in the room.
Israelite School U.P.K. Benjamin. James. Whitney. Annalie. McIntosh family. Raphael. Israelite School U.P.K. Minnesota. All of Israel.
I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota. The Slaughter family. The Daniels family. Peterson family. The Willis family. The Rollins family. All of Israel. Say
Fuck family. All family. Todd family.
Cook family. All I.S.U.P.K.
All the newly raised up troopers and officers.
Yahweh. The angels. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. The students. The sisters. Children. All of Israel. All destroyed of Israel.
Officer Tribe. I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota.
Herman Johnson.
Monique Johnson. Ken Johnson.
All destroyed of Israel.
All of Israel. Bless
Israel in English. Lord, in the name of YAHANNA. Bless us in Israel. In the school. Bless him, shield, protect. Love him. In the name of YAHANNA. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the evening.
YAHANNA.
Adam Yalaka. Alta Karash. Walta Squat. Kayahana. Awadika. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Michael. Yair Yamu. Sawad. Wayata Yaitazwan. Yaitazwan. Al-Tazabapampa. Amaru. Lakawa. Wanakakedam. Magawi. Wala'a. Yazakar. Samya Sha'al. Aiwa. Kaya. Now Waitazwa. Laba. Yakarwa. Ayaka. Baya. Yakoraku. Ahalia. Arwan. Wayashamai Alayan. Mawab. Wahagari. The ball. Wamwa. Wamla. Kalachak. Angishabi. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Aiman. Aiwa. Zawa. Labanya Lawa. Salah. Aisha Lo. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kambanya. Kasaya Sarah. Kayabna. Balakal, Kwayaswan, Nasamaru, Bayanda Hayalu, Daman, Ladam, Satam, Nada, Yamawa, Kaira, Wakazab, Wakazabak, Wakazol, Manai, Kalnasai Tumbo, Asar, Amaru, Nayabusa, Langwa, Na'awa, Alahan, Alahaya, Satam, Kagoldala, Kakwat, Lapanya Salaki, Lapanya Raka, Ka'as, the Byri Ida, Waka Lahaba, Talahat, Hari, Kandaradama, Basarika, Wabasawa Paka, Tabalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayabakwaswa, Samka, Yahweh, Yabaswa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Wayakapalu, Wayabalu, Wayadai, Kayata, Samka, Yahweh, Labaka, Aliwan, Ko, Rakaza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together. One consent. They are confederate against thee. Tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. The Garians. The Baal. Ammon. Amalek. The Philistines, the habits of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. And hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Going to them as unto the million. As to Sisera. As to Japan. At the brook of Kison. Which perish that endure. They became as dung for the earth. Make the Noah's like a rib. Like Z. Of the princes as a fire. And as the moon. You said, let us take to ourselves. The house of God in possession. Oh my God. Make it like a wheel. As it stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded in trouble. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Power instruction. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. And the name Yahushua. Listen to us now. Right now. See, he was a curse. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Like prophets. Teachers. Princes. Priests. It's like brothers. In the school. See, he was a curse. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasure of the rich of Israel. That refused to give to the school. Force their riches. Into thy sanctuary. He was a curse. Punishment and destruction. To the Edomites. And the nation. And the drug dealers. Court systems. Prison systems. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. And the last synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Islam.
Christianity.
Scientology.
Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads.
Cosmopolitan.
The gay. The
lesbian.
Spies. Works of witchcraft. Has a space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channels. And radio channels. Convict the spirit of any like people. That seek to stop it. And bring swift destruction. To all the people. That stand in the way. Try to stop it. Broadcasting the word. Throughout the planet Earth. They lose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth to consume it. Let the place shake the house. Of the thief and the murder. Let Yahawashi. Michael and Gabriel. Come down to flying saucers. And punish all the heathens that come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause we know by all. That have done. Cause it to be spread. Through the media and throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake of that coming. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you all. So be it.
So, Yasha. You see the
All right, so we are going to get into Ezekiel, the 10th chapter. We had verse 8 to 14, all right? As you're going to see this brother, second priest, officer of Mungabar, work his magic, speaking into a different language. If you don't know by now, it's going to be the ancient Hebrew, all right? Let me begin.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 8. YAHANNA. Lakarado. So loud.
No, sir. Take your time.
Verse 8. YAHANNA.
I just want to have the bunker.
Lakarabi.
Yeah, that's like
The Baniyat. Yad Adam. The Kat. Penapayam was 9. Wa'ara'a. Wa'ana. Arbayat. Awapani. Atazal. Pakawawapi. Awapan. Achad. Atazor. Bakara. Achad. Wahawan. Achad. Atazor. Bakara. Achad. Wamara. Pa'awafan. Kayan. Aban. The Rasayash. Wamara. Wamara. Bamawa. Select Damawa. Achad. La Rabaikum. Kasor. Yahya. Pa'awafan. Batwa. Batwa. Pa'awafan. Verse 11. Balatam. Al-Arabai. Tabayim. Rabayim. Yalak. La'at. Yasabu. Balatam. Kayat. Maquan.
Second one. Yeah, one. Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah, about that.
Maquan.
He does a little shorter sometimes.
Yalaku. La'at. Yasabu. Balakatam. Kayat. Maquan. Ashar Yakana. Tharia,
Hold on.
Delacqua, Delacqua, La'a, Isabu. Balakatan, verse 12. We'll call Basaran. Bagabaham. Uyariam. Wakanapiam. Waha'awpani. Mala'ayam. Mala'ayam. Ayani. Sabiyah. La Rabaitam. Awapaniam. Verse 13. La Wapani. Laham. Wara. Pagalaga. No?
Oh no, slide. I'm sorry. Someone's in there right now. My bad. Let me distract you. Slide.
Bazan. Verse 14. Warabaya. Panyam. Lacha. Panya. Pacha. Panya. Akurawa. Akurawa. Wapanya. Ashanya. Panya. Adam. Wasalasia. Panya. Arya. Warabiaya. Panya Nasar. That's here.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
Get it.
All right, so like, no, I'm just joking around. Yeah, hey, that was beautifully done once again. Man, like once again, everybody can't do what this brother just did. Who I really enjoy reading the Hebrew. It got to be Aman and it got to be Tarab, man. They read it so good. All right, you got a strong brother. I forget the brother's name. He's in New York. When he reads it, like it flows like water. Also to Captain I.S.U.P.K. He reads it so fast it makes no sense. He read it like it's English. It's beautiful. I'm trying to get to that point. You know, I have like a 30-second delay. You know what I mean? You know, don't come from me, but trying. But no, no, but it's very good. It's very, very much of a skill and a talent that people have when you can do that. The more that you get yourself into reading into the Hebrew and actually writing it out, it's going to become like second nature. All right. Like if you guys don't mind me asking, just off topic, how long did it take you to really get a little bit fluent with reading it versus writing it? For me, I would say 2 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, almost a month, because I was very diligent about it. Okay, I'll say like 3 weeks for writing it out, learn how to write in the Syrian and the Hebrew to really understand it. As far as reading it, it took a little longer, like maybe a month, close to two, just to kind of get it going in my mind. How about you? What do you think?
Writing it was easier than reading it, just because like I used to do calligraphy and graffiti and things like that, so that took more natural.
I see.
But
oh, it's crazy you said that. Okay.
Reading it, I mean, I'm still a baby. I can't.
Yeah, God, I'm still there, so I'm about 2 at this point too. You know, how about you?
It was rough. We can writing it, kind of easy as far as reading it. It was
Yeah,
rough
same.
to me. I didn't learn how to read it fluently till I was off to 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I was not the most confident person when it came to reading. In front of everybody. As far as this, like, it's one thing when you like in middle school and you got to read in front of the whole class, but this right here is more intimidating. You know what I mean? Forget about the English, but this is more intimidating. But yeah, but no, I mean, it gets easier as you practice.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, just to recap for last week. Shalom Lord Christ. Yeah. Just to recap from last week, we talked about the cherubims. All right, which are what again? Do you remember?
Angels, they're angelic beings.
There you go. Yep, angelic beings or angels in a sense. It has different, definitions to it, and we're pretty much going to speak more about that as we read. Okay, just to recap. You wasn't here last week, right?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they like a different order of angelic beings.
There you go,
Yeah,
and that's
different.
yes.
Different offices.
I'm glad you said that because there are all different types of angels,
Right.
or better yet, creatures or creation the Most High makes.
Right.
Very, very much different ones. There are even things in this world I've never seen before, our eyes have never laid on before.
Right.
Like when you go into missions, does anybody recall when it talks about how there's a creature that the Most High created that has eyes all over his body? You never heard that in Revelation?
Oh yeah, I mean up in
Yeah, up there, not here.
when they were doing the holy.
Yes, at his throne, and they do it nonstop.
Yeah, those are the seraphim.
Con.
Yeah,
Yep, there you go. Yep,
seraphim
that's what it's called. Yes.
Yeah, they the angels that are right at the throne.
Con. Yep.
They the closest to the Most High. All
And there's fire around the throne and everything, and they
right.
say holy, holy. It's a yeah. They were saying holy, holy and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. Like, I can imagine looking at something that's looking at me.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as a body and eyes all around it, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But hey, the Most High, he's the one that created it. I don't say nothing about it. Go ahead.
This thing, if we could see one woman right outside this window right now,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? Imagine how long his wingspan would be. You know what I'm saying?
Come
You know what I'm saying? Gigantic. You also have angels and stuff that are huge.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? That are tall, like skyscraper type.
Come
You know.
on,
Remember
yes.
the angel the angel that slew the 70,000 men, and said when King David looked up that he was standing like this with a sword stretched all
Oh,
across
that's right.
Jerusalem. That's
Yes.
imagine what a terrible sight that was.
Yes, yeah.
And, and he was pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Also, too, the angel that I think this is I think it's like a prophecy, or otherwise it's a parable. I'm still like not a parable. What is it called? It's like a vision. A vision where the angel, he had a sword, and every time the angel like slowly pulled out his sword like this, people were dying. You remember that?
I'd have to read both of those. I want to see more about them.
Yeah, it's the angel that had like he had a sword on his hip, and as he was pulling out the sword slowly, people died. So the more he pulled it out, the more people died without him intentionally just killing them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was crazy though. It's amazing, and the Most High is amazing, man. Like a lot of people think that this book is a fairy tale. It's really not. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if I could just get a quick story, then we want to get into it. Like, I remember when I first came into around the time I came into the truth, you know, I didn't know too much about the Bible. Christianity never taught me anything about the Bible at all. You know, all I knew was about Adam and Eve and a talking snake. You know what I mean? And all I knew about was, you know, Jesus and God. That was it. You see what I'm saying? And angels and life and death, and that's pretty much it, right? But the thing that used to kill me, that really brought me into the truth, was when I was talking to Kunayala. You know, he was telling me about the little white friends that I had at the time. See what I'm saying? He was like, you know, you think that they are your friends until something really happens. You are the scum of the earth to them. You are nothing but you know, a nigger, a monkey at the dinner table when they go home at night. See what I'm saying? But like, what was killing me was he was telling me about the wars, and around that time, Trayvon Martin Trayvon Martin had got killed 2 years before I learned about the truth. So in ninth grade, I knew about Trayvon Martin and his whole situation, and that's really what kicked off a lot of police really killing us again and not giving a damn about it, and it being on the cameras versus back then when there wasn't no cameras, right? And I remember he was telling me certain things about how our oppressor really, how they really think about us, how they really view us, and everything he was saying, and he was pulling precepts I started to see in front of me in school. And I used to call him like, this is crazy. Like, I remember when you said this, and I'm starting to see it. And I was like, it makes sense now. Right. And the more and more that I started talking to him about the truth, I went nuts with it. I did something that no one should never do, right? I was undisciplined. I was trying to get everybody into the truth, and I was battling when I was not supposed to battle at all. You see what I'm saying? Right. Luckily, though, I was getting cut. I'll say that much, right? But still, I was like I dropped all the white people that I knew in my life, and I was just like, oh, y'all already, you know, I was going to rampage. But from learning from all that undisciplined stuff, I learned the focus of the truth that like this Bible is real. And I seen that the Most High was revealing something to me that I've never seen before. And once again, like, it's one thing to watch class online, but it's even better when you are actually here with the brothers. The Bible does say, labor amongst those that know those that you labor amongst. That's what the Bible says. How can you know the true spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood if you're not in here? It doesn't make any sense. You could be online for 5, 6, 10 years, but if you've never been to a Passover or a cookout, you will never understand the spirit. You'll be just like a goddamn Christian pastor, what they was doing during the COVID. They was doing the whole Zoom meetings and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like that's nothing. But when you actually apply yourself, you get the whole full experience. All right? So yeah, and I'm sure everybody knows that by this point. Like I mean, everybody's first Passover, it was different. It wasn't like nothing you ever experienced in life. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's a feeling that you physically feel when you are around these brothers and sisters. I don't know the word for it, but it's just, I mean, I would just say it's really amazing. It's different. You see what I'm saying? It's damn like a high that you get when you're around brothers and sisters, and like it's safe. You feel comfortable. You feel like you're at home. And that's how it's like every time we are around each other. All right. But anyway, Salak, if I may, let's go ahead and get it. You want to say something?
Yeah, it was my first Passover. I was only able to spend about an hour at the Passover, coming all the way from Louisville, you know, to New York, and everything. But you know, yeah, it was certainly amazing, though. I'll tell you that. And the amount of brothers that I didn't even know how the hell I was going to even get back to Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
I had to make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was definitely like that.
How about you though? How was your first Passover?
This nigga.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
We was coming from 2 different locations at 2 different times. Ended up at the same bus stops twice, on the way there and on the way back.
Right.
So y'all recognize each other because y'all had U.P.K clothing on, right?
No, I didn't even have. I was.
He was a young man.
I just had.
Okay.
I was a young man going up, and the trooper was coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. My bad.
I was a 50 going through it. I wasn't expecting to see nobody on my travels, so I'm just sitting there just fucking walking through the station, trying to get from point A to point B. I think I was kind of geared up. Like I had my shirt and the fatigues on and all. And then on the way back again, we left at different times, separate. Ended up at the same bus station again.
Right.
And then kicked it for a while. That was kind of our first camp.
Yeah.
At the bus station, chopped it up with a brother. And I mean, it was, again, this is something, unless you actually there, you physically there, and you get to see it for yourself. And now people are going to be skeptic no matter what. Like the last Passover, there was some brothers that came through, some of those YAHANNA boys.
I already know.
And I mean, they sold, and I mean, good for them. They're you know, steadfast in their ways, and they believe, I guess, wholeheartedly what they believe in. But until you see them and what they do and how they practice, and then you come over here and see the U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA, like you'll never know the difference between them.
Right.
You'll think that everybody's just trying to speak some bastardized form of Hebrew and, you know, fringes and more combat gear.
Right.
All that. And these guys showed up like in their Sunday best, you know, button ups and ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But like they came in and Salakia, Officer Kazak Yad had he was walking by and I was making a point to him and I wanted a higher ranking officer to kind of establish the point that I was making and just to verify it, to make sure I'm not, you know, saying nothing stupid.
Was the captain in the shock in the picture as well? Something like that?
So they had come in, these 2 brothers had come in and they were looking suspect as hell. I mean, just like the shit that they were wearing,
Spared all that.
It looked off. But they're trying to do like reconnaissance versus coming to the Passover.
That's funny.
So it's like the Captain Shock was on guard and get approached him, asked him what was up. They dropped my name because I was the one that invited him to it. And we talked about that, and then I finally met up with the brothers later and got out of one with Zach Yad involved. And he was sitting there telling me, like, listen, like, you know the Lord's Passover, you're supposed to be wearing your fringes. You're supposed to be wearing your garments. And the brother was like, oh, you know, I'm getting my fringes, you know, they were old, they were worn down, you know, I'm getting them redone. And Adam was like, listen, until my new shit's done, I'm gonna wear the old ones. Just that at least come through with that.
Right.
But and as much as they claim that they down to argue, and there's still a couple topics, points that I want to get back to them on, but they were actually going to be somebody that was interested in debating Minnesota.
Right.
So I mean that's for another day. But again, until you see it for yourself, until you get involved, it's not just one thing to come to a function and sit on the sidelines and watch it. Like committing yourself to it and seeing why it's important to commit yourself to it. Being involved and seeing why it's important to be involved. That there's a difference between what we doing and Bible studies.
Right. Because the U.P.K don't have Bible studies.
Right.
See what I'm saying? We study the Bible. It's a complete difference.
Right.
Totally. You see how that narrative changes?
Right.
We study the Bible. We don't have Bible studies.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Also, too, once again, like you said, with the fringes. If your fringes are worn out, bring them. Wear them. You see what I'm saying? You want to say something?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a point you make. We don't have Bible studies.
We study the Bible. Right. It's like, if I may also too, a lot of people be like, do you read the Bible? No, I study the Bible. Right. And the reason why I have to say that, or we all say that, because this is what the generals have taught all of us. If anybody has ever seen a U.K. class, that's how they say it. The reason why we say that is because of the spirit of Christianity.
Right.
Because they read the Bible. We don't read the Bible because the Bible is not just it's more than just a book.
Right.
Yes, it's a book, but it's tools and so much about this book it's records. Okay. Right. So we study the records. We don't read the records, we study it, we live it. So we don't ever say that we read the Bible, we study the Bible.
Right.
But go ahead,
Right. Yeah, if people that say that they read the Bible, they look at the Bible like a regular book.
There you go. Yes.
Genesis to Revelation.
Yes.
Like you do a regular book, read it from front to the back.
Right.
And they get absolutely no understanding, pretty much wasting their whole time.
Right.
Oh yeah, God said, "Let there be light." Okay, so the light bulb. Like just stupid shit like that. You feel me? That's how they do it. Just
exactly.
Yep. So
but they don't get anything. The thing about it, they don't get anything out of it. No.
They don't.
They don't get nothing. They just say. A lot of people say, "Yeah, I read the Bible from front to back." Okay, what did you learn from it?
Right. Yeah. I've heard. Yeah. I've heard someone say, "I read the Bible, front to back 5 times." Okay, right. And you're a scholar now, my nigga. Like, what's up?
Right.
Like, I don't get it. I mean, are you wise? Or like, right. Did you get anything out of it?
Right.
What?
I feel a lot of them Masons and stuff say that. Them
yes, they do.
And Gnostics and all of them say that. So, I read the Bible. I mastered the Bible. What are you getting? You're nowhere near it.
Yeah. Now we are going to get on top of it. I did want to say 2 things. First thing is, I've met a few Masons before, and they are just dumb as shit. Salaki.
Right.
They are just uneducated. They're educated in all the wrong things, but they're uneducated when it comes to the Bible. And y'all remember around the time where people were, afraid of the Illuminati and all that stuff. A lot of people, I never understood why people were afraid of Masons, because they are devil worshippers. Like, if you're smoking anything, if you're messing with someone else's wife, they got a devil inside them. In the Bible, you will never see the word demon. But when it says devil, and depending on the context, it's talking about a demon. But they got demons. You should be afraid of everybody at this damn point. That's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. These Masons ain't nothing, man. They are a joke. Right. I mean, they have some sense of power. And at the same time, you have to think about, where do you put your fear in? Do you put your fear in the Most High or in something else? Go ahead.
Right. And then the lower level Masons are absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
They don't understand the inner workings or any of that.
That's very true.
To have any really understanding in that, you've got to be, one of these elites or something in order to even have any, real understanding of it. Instead, they put dummies in your face like Shaq and people like that. He don't even know a goddamn thing about it. He just probably knows a little more than a Freemason that you might see, out here or something.
Yeah.
Other than that, he don't know a goddamn thing other than what the hell they require of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that. Now the second thing is, I want to ask Salaki. So, how did y'all both know that y'all was both, like when y'all was looking at each other, y'all saw each other, y'all was both U.P.K. Did y'all find out when y'all went?
No, I just immediately with him.
Oh, okay.
I just saw him straight up. I knew that was, steps from the towns, like that's one of them right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just knew. Just like when I met Captain Safari, he came and picked us up. We just spot each other immediately.
Most
just like that, just at a meeting. He already knew who he was, cut through the crowd, bam. You know what I'm saying? Came, got us, rolled.
Yeah, come. There you go.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
You can.
It's I mean, all right, when I was going through all the bus stations, I've never traveled that far before. It's always been pretty much in Wisconsin or going through Chicago from Milwaukee. So I mean, short distances, one bus station. This was a 21-hour trip, and I think like 3 different stops before I got to Philly.
Right.
So I don't know where the hell I'm going. I'm just trying to find my damn gate.
Right.
So I'm just storming through all the bus stations until I get to where I'm supposed to be, and then I kind of chill. And I guess I walked right past you.
Right.
Because your bus
I was in the line getting ready to get on the bus, and I saw you come through the lobby thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was like, man, that's one of them right there.
And then I think it was Captain Cottazar was picking me up in Philly.
Yeah, I thought you was Captain Cottazar when I first saw you.
You know, good for him.
Yeah, I was like, damn, let's get over there.
Yeah, somebody should go tell that one.
When I was looking, I was like, man, this hair is dark.
But
Yeah, that's dope though.
When I had seen them, I mean, again, you could tell.
Yeah,
like I never met the brother in person, but I seen him on. I seen his work and the apparel and all that shit. Like even he was sitting in his car, but I could see who that was and just how would I say it? The almost like the immediate familiarity.
Right.
My first time going to Chicago, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Get picked up by brothers that I never knew before that could have taken me to an abandoned warehouse for all I know.
Right.
But because they're here, Captain Tazariak was doing a scripture breakdown the other day. It's like I can't remember if it was this past Thursday or one of the previous ones. But
was he wearing the am I wearing that shirt? The cult leader shirt? Because that was this Thursday. Otherwise, probably 2 weeks ago.
I was just listening to it on the phone.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't really watching the video. But one thing that he said was, somebody had asked a question about how do you know you're home to the truth, or what can you do or say to vindicate, validate that you're the home of the truth.
That's
one thing that he had said was because we say it. Ain't nobody else saying that shit.
That. You know what? Damn, that's strong. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So we claim it.
Yeah, but you know what? They always say like you guys ain't got the the truth.
All the truth.
Yeah. Like you guys ain't got the truth. Like and then I remember one dude he said something like for example I don't watch any of these fake camps at all. But I do remember coming across one video and I just kind of sat there and kind of looked at it. I remember one dude had said that every organization ain't got all the truth. They got some of it.
Right.
Why the hell would you follow an organization that has some of the answers? Why not all the answers? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
And then he was like, if you believe this place got the truth, go kick with them.
Right.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. And you ain't gotta be here. You ain't gotta be on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, and on the thing. You ain't gotta come to our physical classes if you don't want. If you don't think we ain't got the truth.
Right.
But ain't nobody else saying it.
That's absolutely true.
We saying it.
I've never heard nobody else say it besides us.
You will never know what this is unless you're here.
Right.
And you get involved. And I mean, this is how would I say? This ain't for your hobbyists.
Right.
This ain't for your Sunday school participants. Like this is real life shit because they're talking about our real life situations.
Right.
Yeah, they got the solution.
That's right.
Right.
Go ahead.
Remember when Peter denied Christ 3 times, right?
Yeah, Trice is 3, right?
Thrice.
Yeah.
Remember when Peter had ended up, he tried to act like he wasn't never with Christ, right? And then he was he was by a campfire, you know what I'm saying, with some people in the world. And he said a little girl looked at him and said, "That's one of them."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He was trying to play it like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was like, no, I ain't with them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like when people leave the truth, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, people were like, you was with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can't shake the U.P.K that's off of you, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
for real, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
It's still on you. Once you have that oil poured on your head, it's on you.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, people can't understand why, you know, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians have their kingly, even though we're oppressed and we crushed all the way down, drowned in the powder, but we still have that whole kingly thing about us that people can't understand and they hate it and they want to destroy it because once you know, you don't have that oil, you know, our forefathers had that oil poured on them. You know what I'm saying? And once that happens, you can't sit there and just totally break the child of a king and make him you know, an eternal servant. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why they had to kill a lot of us that was brought on the slave ships. The men, they were not only killing the big strong bucks, they had to kill the men with knowledge too.
Of course,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They had to kill the old
Absolutely.
teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They had to murder all of them too because, you know, they didn't want them teaching. You know, and they're teaching you to get your balls back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Like I think about Nat Turner in the sense. I think about that. I think about you know, you remember that book is called Tell the Children Our Stories. You know that book?
I heard about that.
Yeah. Tell the Children Our Stories. It's about slave stories, and you know, like women and men, or men and women used to get their eyes burnt out if they read the Bible. Now in the textbooks in the Esau school system, they say that, you know, they used to get killed or punished if they read an actual book. That's not true, because of course, if you're going to have a slave, you need a productive slave, so they're going to have to know how to read and write.
Right.
In order for them to do certain things, blueprints, you know, architecture and things of that sort. Like, you know, like how Esau played these games with people's minds, people accept it. It's so stupid to me. But, you know, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those stupid people. You see what I'm saying? But when I came to the truth, I realized, I learned that it was the Bible, not a regular book.
Yeah.
Because how do you have a slave that's a chef, but a chef knows how, I mean, needs to look at ingredients, right?
Right.
A chef just don't, I mean, a person don't wake up and be like, I'm a chef, I know how to cook everything. You're gonna have to read and understand. You're gonna have to go, you know, grocery shopping or something. You know what I mean? You feel me? So you want to say something?
I was gonna say, I mean, sometimes you don't need.
But I mean, eventually or something at the beginning or something. I mean, but somewhere you're gonna have to read something.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to write some shit down.
At least tomatoes.
Come on, something. Yeah. Go ahead.
A lot of us could read 2 or 3 languages coming here.
That's very true.
A lot of us could read, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us could read Hebrew, English, because not all the slaves come from Africa.
Absolutely.
They took a lot of us from Europe also.
That's right.
You know, Ireland and all those places like that, they took us from there too and put us on slave ships from there coming to the Americas.
Right.
So the ones that come from England could read English real well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes they can read Latin and stuff like that too, you know?
Yeah. Hey, look, so like you make me want to do this history class again. You make me want to get into it, because I got books, man. You still got the book that I gave you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Actually, I do got to return that book very soon. It's been like about 2 years since the library been shut down.
The library still shut down?
The one over north?
Yeah.
It was, but I think it's back open probably right now. But I got to return that book, because that ain't my book. It ain't my book. But I'm trying to keep it, but that ain't my book. But I'm still, you know what I mean? But anyway, go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is that the white man is never had the Bible speak of.
Right.
The oppressor, but yeah.
We can't read the Bible, but we can read regular books, and then
Right.
like certain kids, like not that they're saying that they can say that they want to say that people like develop like dyslexia and certain things because they can't read and different things like that. They want to diagnose us with certain things saying that we can't read, we can't write because of what happened to us during slavery.
And you know, and that's a lie. You see
But then
what I'm
they
saying?
get paid off of certain things like that. So they only diagnose the black people.
Right. That's very true. Yeah, I've never heard of a dyslexic oppressor. I really haven't heard that.
It's only black people.
It seems like it is. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ain't that crazy though? A lot of people don't look at that, but yeah. But anyway, Salaki, let's get to the scriptures. My bad, Salaki was, getting to it, but it was a good conversation, right?
Right.
Absolutely, always. All right, let's get it.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 8. And there appeared in the cherubims the form of a man's hand under their wings.
Understand that this is a vision that Ezekiel is seeing, all right? Keep going.
Verse 9. And when I looked, behold, the four wheels by the cherubims, one wheel by one cherub, and another wheel by another cherub. And the appearance of the wheels was as the color of a beryl stone.
Right. So what this pretty much is talking about, that the angelic beings, which is a cherubim, they were all right next to each other, and I believe that's what it's four of them, right? It's four of them, or better yet, angelic beings that are inside these wheels. Now, also too, if you think about wheels in the Bible, what do you think that's usually talking about? It's going to be talking about chariots. Chariots is what we call it chariots, but Esau, our oppressor, calls it UFOs. And UFOs stand for what again?
Unidentified flying.
There you go. All right. See what I'm saying? But of course, it is identified. A identified object, which is a chariot. Okay. The Most High has it in this Bible, but of course, Esau likes to hide everything in plain sight, and that is the Most High's vehicles. He also says spaceships. All right, that's what Esau calls it as well, spaceships. Yeah, what it is called a chariot. You have two different types. What is the other chariot that the Bible speaks? Go ahead. Okay, that's what. I'm thinking of Old Testament.
So you got to think of the actual, the chariot of fire with the horses.
There you go. That's it. Yep. Because back then there wasn't no cars.
Right.
You didn't have what they call automobiles. You didn't have that back then.
Right.
All right. Actually, they had a lot of names for cars before it was actually called a car. I actually just found that out like a few years ago. But like there was no such thing as a car back then, especially thinking about the Roman Empire time. They had a horse and they had a wooden thing where it had wheels. Okay, I don't know what the back of this called, but I'm just going to call the whole shit a chariot. There you go. All right, a chariot.
Yeah, like the carriage.
There you go. A carriage, a chariot. It sounds the same. Okay, there you go. All right. Yeah, but you never seen that before in the Old Testament?
No, yeah, I just I thought you were going to say like the two, and I guess I kind of misheard it, like the two different types of UFOs or whatever. The one that's chariots of the Most High, and then the one that says property of the United States of America.
I see what you're saying. Yep. So I would say the one in the air, the one on the ground, pretty much. Right. Yeah, make it simple like that. Yeah. So yeah, you was right. Yep. Keep going. So like the color of beryl. That's very important. Every time you see that, right? It's going to be in Revelations. It's going to be in Isaiah, I believe, Ezekiel, Zechariah. I'm trying to think of all the other prophets that spoke about chariots. Usually it always talks about the appearance of it. And of course, like one thing I love about the Bible is very detailed. You never get left with like a cliffhanger. You always have everything that you need, which is in the Bible. So it gives you the, like for example, with Noah's Ark. What's so amazing about Noah's Ark, because what is the profession that deals with measurements?
Yeah, carpenters, they do a lot of
carpentry. I want to say architecture.
Well, I mean, architecture, but I mean,
construction, all that stuff.
I mean,
machinists. Okay, what's the one with building though? Like you building something.
So architecture.
Yeah, so like think of that, compare that to Noah's Ark, because when you look at Noah's Ark, it actually describes how big and wide and tall it was. I've never seen that until like about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, damn. Yeah. And I was like, damn, so that motherfucker was big. Yeah. See what I'm saying? I mean, it was big enough to hold whatever the Most High told Noah to, put all inside that ark. Right. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? And I mean, it wasn't too many things on there. When I say things, meaning humans and animals. See what I'm saying? It wasn't too much in there, but it was enough for, to fit, everybody in there. You know what I mean? And then, you know, the Most High wiped out the rest of the earth. But it was crazy though, because like it really gave specific details. Also, there's a scripture about the chariot that gives details how big it is as well and why. Go ahead.
It even gave a measurement of the water, of how high
That's
the water
right.
was over the mountaintop.
That's right.
It gave that measurement.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right, and that's crazy, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but it also talked about what was going on up under the water.
Oh, Khan, that's right.
How
Yes.
the earth started to be broken up.
Yes.
Because remember, the earth was in one big mass at first.
It was.
It talked about how the earth, you know, the volcanic eruptions that was happening up under the earth and everything.
Khan, absolutely, yes, yeah. And this is in a book of Genesis, right? Khan.
Right.
Khan. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
So Shalak, you kind of saying when the flood happened, it was during the Pangea days?
And yeah, what is
When the earth was, when all the land masses was in one spot.
right, when the Most High sent the flood. And if you look at the earth right now,
yeah,
like,
you can see how it all fits. You can see.
You know what
I'm saying, like during Noah's flood,
right?
during that time,
Right.
everything was still covered.
Remember, it said, and when it mentioned Peleg, and it said, in his days was the earth. You know what I'm saying? That means, in order to buy something, it means it had to start out as one and break. You know what I'm saying? It said the earth started to be divided in his day. You look at South America and you look at Africa, and you can see how it fits directly into that. You know what I'm saying? Even after all of these years, you can still see how this stuff fit. You know, fit. Yeah. Remember, you go into Genesis and it said all the water was in one place.
Yeah, it was. That's
then
right.
the Most High split 4 rivers out of the mass of the big body of water. You know what I'm saying? So that's also proof that all men had to be around that water.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't no water nowhere else.
Right.
Now, when the rivers were split, then it means you had to follow the river. Because you have to eat, you have to eat, you have to have to bathe, you have to drink, so on and so forth. So you had to be wherever the river was at. So that also kills the whole concept of livestock in Africa and all of that shit.
Right, because all that shit came over time.
It kills that, yeah.
Yeah, it came over time. Because,
how you gonna have to start civilization where no goddamn water?
Absolutely, there you go, yes. Yeah, also too, I have to tell people all the time, like Africa wasn't called Africa until over time.
Yeah.
It was no such thing as Africa in the Bible.
Right.
Because I believe that whole place was just called Liberia. Am I correct?
No, it was called Ham.
Oh, it was called Ham. There you go. Yes.
The whole land was Ham.
Yeah, but I know over time the name changed.
But actually,
a little bit, but then like once again, everything came together too.
Yeah. You have to think that the land was named after people.
It was, yes, it was, yeah, absolutely. Like Rome, for example.
Yeah.
Rome was actually a person.
Right. Yeah. Rome was named after the people called the Romans.
Rome. Yep.
You know. Rome.
Like for example, I believe
France.
Like for example, in the Bible, when you see Persia today is it Iraq or Iran? Iran, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And you know what? And this also that proves also that the Aryans, the white group call themselves Aryan nation, right?
There you go. Yes.
They even stole that identity because the original Aryans were the Persians.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I got the name Iran today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first variation of that was Aryan.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. And then, it's funny too that that's in the power structure, the Aryan nation.
Right.
Definitely structure. It's a lot.
Right. So they stole, they stole all of Japheth's names. Greece, France, all that was where Japheth was at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They stole all of their identities, all of the birth identities they had. They took all of those identities.
I'm not surprised at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you think where they came from, and then when they go to Russia, they moved into Europe. You know what I'm saying? They moved into Europe from there, usurped them, became them, usurped Greece, became Greece. That's a book. I wish we could get a hold of that book.
When Scotland was Jewish or Jew or something like that?
This is one that talks about ancient Greece and who was there before the white man, and how the white man first got there, and how and how they viewed everybody. They said they took the records on the people that were there. They called them Ethiopians, but they were really Japhites. They were Javanese children that were there. And Nimnon was a big, you know what I'm saying, badass king and shit. That nobody could really mess with him. He was so good at war, you know, that the Greeks were afraid of him. So they didn't start no stuff in his day. They waited for him to get old and die, and then they started to move in, because Memnon was, so you had Achilles back then, who was the Edomite, you know what I'm saying, and they had to live peaceably with the Japhites at first. You know, they even have got artifacts of two cultures, two different people living in the same land in ancient Greece. One is dark skinned like a Negro black. The other one is white. They had a black would look like a black woman, which she was Japhite, facing one way, and a white woman, the Greek woman's head facing that way. The two back of their head together. This is a sculpture. Okay. Representing two different nations living on that same land at that time. And there's an artifacts where so many of them that they try to destroy some of them to destroy the history, but there were so many they can't even destroy it. So they just took what was left and just saved it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think what book you're talking about, because I've heard something like that before. I
forgot the name of that book. Okay. That book's probably about $1,000 now.
Yeah, because a lot of our books, like they just up the price for the Zondervans. Mm-hmm. And I mean, all the things in the Zondervans, some are true, but some things are not true in here, necessarily. But they even up the price on this. It's about almost $50 to $60 for his Zondervans, because it used to be very cheap. It's like the Apocrypha is like $11.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, but no, that's really a good point though. I'm gonna try to find that book that you're talking about.
Yeah, they got bases with Japhites on it, with spears and all of that. You know what I'm saying? One like stabbing the enemy or something like that. They got bases with the people on it. And all the people are not us, but like they look like us, The Japhites look like us.
Well, yeah, they actually do. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm about to check that out. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going then. Can you read verse 9 one more time, Baba? No, each one.
Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 9. And when I looked, behold, the four wheels by the cherubims. One wheel by one cherub, and another wheel by another cherub. And the appearance of the wheels was as the color of a beryl.
So it's talking about cherubims, and it's also talking about chariots as well. And once again, what is the color of beryl again?
Green.
It's like a greenish color. Yeah. Now I have seen other colors as far as it's like I've had read into the scriptures other colors about the chariots. What is another color that you may think about or have seen in the scriptures?
Blue.
Bluish, yeah. It's another one. Think of the primary colors, huh?
Amber.
Amber. Ain't amber like a red?
Amber is like a orange fire.
Oh, yes. So kind of like a burnt orange.
No, it's more like a bright,
bright,
like a fire color.
Oh, I know.
Amber's kind of like a fire.
Like that? Okay.
Maybe a little bit deeper.
Something like that. Hey, that's dope, because orange is my favorite color. So I like to ride in that.
You love cherry.
If I get a cherry in the kingdom, I need the rooftop.
Drop top?
Drop top, rooftop, something like that. Whatever it's called. Yeah. And I gotta have like the star ceiling inside. You feel me? So, but yeah, anyway. Let's keep going.
Verse 10. And as for their appearances, they four had one likeness, as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel.
Now, just like Ezekiel, the very first the very first 5 chapters of Ezekiel, you will hear about chariots. Now, with this appearance, you have to understand the spirit of this, right? All 4 of these chariots had a likeness. Likeness meaning that they all favored each other. And we all know what that means. Right. Like, for example, in the U.P.K, we all carry the same spirit. That spirit is one West. That spirit is I.S.U.P.K. It's 1969. And that's the same thing of these chariots. Okay? Like, for example, last week when we talked about the angels, every time that the angels move, they move all together in one direction. There's nothing different about them. You know, with Esau's vehicles is what we'll call it, his UFOs. They move like this. They move zigzag. They move all over the place. The Most High vehicles, they move in unity. All right? They move in one direction. They follow each other. They're not all over the place. Like I told y'all the story about when I saw 14 chariots in real life. Man, I was starstruck. Until this day, I still can't believe it. It's just something that you don't see every day. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like it was amazing. It was amazing and shocking at the same time. And also too, that lets you know the spirit behind that is one body. Because in the U.P.K, we move all the same. We never don't do anything out of the ordinary. Now, that's one thing I want to talk about, right? And we are going to continue and move, because I know the time is running. One thing that I love about the U.P.K is that we have pride in what we believe in as far as this. Now, that's one thing, but we also have pride in knowing what the hell that we're talking about, because we apply ourselves and everything is successful in the U.P.K. You can't find what you find in these other fake Israelite groups. In the U.P.K, we are one body. And we can boast about that. We can actually proudly have pride in that. Now, they say pride is bad, but there's a different type of pride. See what I'm saying? And this pride, we have pride in knowing what the hell that we're talking about. We are the home of the truth.
That's right.
And everybody sees it. And even Captain Cesariak has said, every fake Israelite group that he has came across, they always say that you guys got the truth. You are the home of the truth. But the other members say otherwise. But why is your member saying that we have the truth? If we have the truth, why don't you come join the team? Because they are scared. A lot of people are scared to change. A lot of people don't like moving forward in life. They are too comfortable where they are at. That's why we always say don't ever get comfortable or complacent. The truth is very uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable in a good way, if that makes sense. It's uncomfortable that's going to change your life. It's not going to, put you in a worse situation. You are better off in the truth than you are in the world.
Right.
If you are in the world, it's death. You're playing Russian roulette with your life. You could get shot and killed. You can get any disease at any moment, any day. And life or the Most High, those angels, those demons is not going to have sympathy on you. This is life, man. Okay? It's like I didn't try to get all super deep and do a TED talk, but let's keep going.
Verse 11. When they went upon their four sides.
One more time.
When they went upon their four sides.
What does that mean when they went on their four sides? A lot of people don't understand this.
Yeah, it means they went on their edges, like like say for instance, giving them a little thing, like they actually went up like this, and then the wheels turned like
Here
that.
you go. Yes.
Like turn
That's
straight.
perfect. Yes.
Flat.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what that means. You see what I'm saying? You're going on every side, so the four sides. Come on. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, you still
And just think about how cold that is.
No. That's just amazing. It's like some like you see on sci-fi.
Right. You know what those chariots actually are ministering to. They minister into the Most High's throne. Those are the wheels on his throne.
Oh, you're right.
They cover up and they levitate
right.
like this, and then they.
I forgot about that. Damn. Good night. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like. The Bible says that we don't know the Most High's thoughts. Like, man, what makes you think of doing this, doing that, like just in the earth? Right. Like every time that we look at the sky, right? and we see, the pretty colors and stuff like that. Like the Most High done that, like what would make him think to do something like that?
Right.
It's so dope.
And just imagine. Remember the chariot in Independence Day?
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Now remember how big it was and how it stretched all across the sky?
Kind.
Now just imagine, 4 of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna block off the sun.
Because it is, the only thing that's being described as the Most High's throne.
Kind.
It sounds like a whole world, all this stuff. This is just his throne.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. It's got the cherubims, and then it's got the 4, wheels on it. You know what I'm saying? The Most High's throne can roll. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, it's really crazy. It's really amazing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I really can't wait to see what the Most High has in store for us, because we all know that precept where it talks about we can't even really imagine what the Most High is gonna do for us when it comes to the kingdom.
Right.
I mean, I can only imagine, but we can't imagine at the same time. It's going to be something far beyond something that we, can understand.
Right.
Now, one thing
we can't wrap our mind around.
Kind of like one thing I really want to know about. Like, I want to know if there's other planets that we don't know about. I want to know if there's any, possible inhabitations, or also too, other galaxies or universes. I think that would be cool to explore as well.
Right.
Well,
Well, good. I believe, like, with the white man trying to go to Mars and trying to go to other planets.
Yeah.
I believe the Most High is going to reserve the fullness of that for his chosen.
Absolutely.
Because you got planets that's full of all types of minerals, gases.
Mm-hmm.
All these things can be used on the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's on these other planets, Pluto's got, all types of water. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell us what kind of water that is. That water probably be the damn water of life or something. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Then you got Saturn, and Jupiter that's full of gases and stuff like that. You use those gases for different things.
Right.
We just think about it. We might have, might be buses.
Never know.
Buses going back and forth.
Right.
Getting that gas and bringing it back. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's go ahead and keep going.
Verse 12. And you shall know that. Verse 11.
Yeah,
verse 11.
Okay.
When they went upon the 4 sides. They turned not as they went, but to the place whether the head looked, they followed it. They turned not as they went.
Right, and I just explained that pretty much already. Pretty much, and the head is going to be the one that's first in line, I guess, if how you want to, say it. The person that goes first, you see what I'm saying? They follow. Pretty much, you just follow the lead. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. And their whole body, and their backs, and their hands, and their wings, and the wheels were full of eyes round about, even the wheels that they 4 had.
Mm-hmm. Keep going, self-explanatory.
As for the wheels, it was cried unto them in my hearing, O wheel. Verse 14. Everyone had 4 faces. The first face was the second face was the face of a man. The face was the face of a lion, and the 4th face, the face of an eagle.
Now we had preset before, right? Earlier in Ezekiel. Now, just knock out the Christianity. What does anybody think this means when it says they have 4 faces?
If I could.
Go ahead.
Faces are interchangeable. Like, anybody remember the game Off the Beach?
Huh?
Anybody remember the game Off the Beach?
Oh yeah,
remember their faces would change into those, different faces.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's like that. A lot of people think it's,
It's like y'all didn't think I knew that game, did y'all? Okay.
Okay.
That's
old.
Yeah, I know, but I know about it. Right? I'm saying because I'm coming at y'all because y'all be coming from my age sometimes. Okay. I'm like 2. Okay. But anyway, go ahead. But no, I know what you mean.
Go from one face to another.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
a lot of people think they just had two heads on each side.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just the change. The faces can change, phase into one face and phase into another.
Because like for example, like you know how they do like the 3D thing where a person turns.
Right.
So it's just like the appearance of it.
Right.
Is what it's really talking about. See what I'm saying? How it was explained. So that's pretty much what it is. See what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's something strange to look at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
When Christ was resurrected, his face changed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, I forgot about that.
They didn't know who he was.
That's right. Yeah.
He was among the disciples. You know what I'm saying? Straight chilling. They didn't even know who he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't he? Did he check them about that, or pretty much? I mean, I don't think he really checked, but he pretty much was like, you know, y'all don't know who I am when I've been amongst y'all for all this time.
Right. He was changing like that for a reason, because he didn't want them just to look at just an outward appearance.
Right.
When the scripture says, "My sheep know my voice."
Yes.
He had the same voice, but a different face.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he was doing that on purpose, so that the feel that my sheep know my voice, so they would understand his voice, even without seeing him or anything like that.
Yes,
you know?
Come. Yep. And that, you said that was after he had died, right?
Right. That's
when
he resurrected. You know, when he came into appearance one time as an older brother, he was an old man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Solid white hair. They thought he was the gardener.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
He came in the form of old black man.
See, can you read 14 just one more time for me?
Yeah. And everyone had four faces. It's like Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 14. And everyone had four faces. The first face was the face of a cherub, and the second face was the face of a man.
Right, a human being. Keep going.
And the third face of a lion.
And
the fourth face of an eagle.
Right. Okay. So you got different faces, but of course you don't have different heads. A lot of people, when they think about the faces, they think of multiple heads. Okay. Now there's I believe there's something in the scripture that talks about there's a creature that the Most High has created that has more than one head, something like that. In Revelations, if I'm not mistaken. Have you heard about that?
In Revelation?
Yeah, it has like two heads. It's a creature that has like two heads that lives in the sea or something like that. You never heard that before? Okay, I've heard somebody break it down before.
We talked about the creature had two heads and one was slain.
Say it again.
Yeah, we talked about like it had two heads and one was slain.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
But I think that was a prophecy talking about like Rome. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, all right.
Remember, Rome fell.
That's right.
The slain. You know what I'm saying? And then the head. I think the head came back to life or something like that.
Okay.
The deadly wound was healed.
Okay,
that was Rome falling and then rebuilding.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if that was the thing up there. You never know as far as the heavens.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of angelic beings. So, I mean it could be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you never know.
Horses up there, obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fire horses and you know what I'm saying, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you never know. But
right. Heaven, you know, is a kingdom.
No, absolutely.
Everything.
All right, so with that, pretty much, so the four faces, it's not four heads, it's one head, pretty much, with different appearances on the face. Okay, like for example, they always say, you know, get my good side. If you know anything about photography, and you take shots of different sides of someone's heads, or of their head, it can look different. Right. You see what I'm saying? So imagine that. Just to knock off the Christianity for those that do not understand the Bible, because a lot of people think that the Bible is a fairy tale, when it's absolutely real life. Okay.
Right.
All right. And a black man wrote this book, once again, Not Your Oppressor.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, call it.
Bye, Jim. Stay.
I should say like YouTube.
turn face the east. Say Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find this in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abenawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayat, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'at, Ratazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Ba'arakza, Kawak, Hayat, Bashaman, Thundernaut, Bakam, Ko, Yawan, Wasalakana, Kabawakna, Kasalakna, Kabawakina, Wala'at, Rabiana, Mansawan, Bo, Awashana, Hayan, Ra, Hayat, Lakat, Malakwa, Wa'ab, Wa'ab, Ya'lawalam, Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, Ahahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'an, Yahweh, I.S.U.P.K, Shemayim, Wa'arakazah, Ayatam, Lamawat, Magalka, Aliyanawam, Shamar, Hannah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayisham, Shalmah, Yashah, Yahweh, Shamar, Yahweh, Rizal, Aliyah, Yamyam, Yawamam, Hashamah, La'ah, Apika, Wa'arab, Walayelak, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makarai, Yashamar, Adnapash, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kaza'at, Wabu Wa'at, Ma'aita, Wa'ai, Awlam.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
to the hills. From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall protect thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
From all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
He shall preserve thy going out.
and thy coming in.
And thy
And this time
son forth
forevermore.
forevermore. Pray for the cock, the power and evil. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah. The thunder now. Cock. The Rapa'ah. Kalmatala'ah. We'll call Marawat. The cock. The Tahar. Kalmatazar. The cock. The Hakwil. Hamakim. The cock. Al-Rakawat. Atmal. The Garshan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa'alaman.
Power in English, Yahweh. Name Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Barak Tanaw.
Ya
YAHANNA.
Shalom.
Wahabayat.
Abaya.
Pause.
Fire.
Barak.
Barak.
Rafa'at.
Rafa'at.
Magan.
Gun.
Hagan.
Gun.
This time, you say the name of Allah more once, so repeat that name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School U.P.K.
The last school U.P.K.
Dwayne Davis.
Wayne Davis.
Rollins family.
Rollins family.
Slaughter family.
Florida family.
The Willis family.
Willis family.
Daniels family.
Daniels family.
Pearson family.
Peterson family.
The Hall family.
Hall family.
Todd family.
Todd family.
I.S.U.P.K, Minnesota.
I.S.U.P.K, Minnesota.
Kudasayan.
Kudasayan.
Tarak.
Tarak.
Amangabar.
Mongabal.
Kanagabar.
Kanagabar.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Angels.
Angels.
The generals.
Generals.
The captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
Students.
Students.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Children.
Children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Israelite School U.P.K.
Israelite School U.P.K.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Anybody else?
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Warama.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless him, shall protect.
Bless him, shall protect.
Love ones.
Love them.
In the name of Yahushua.
In Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalm 3 in the evening. I.S.U.P.K. Adam Yalakar.
Adam Yalakar.
All Takarat.
Atakarat.
All Tashquat.
All Tashquat.
All. YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA. YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Rash. Al-Micah.
Al-Micah.
Yahweh
Yahweh.
Sawai.
Sawai.
Wayata Yaitazawa.
Nawai Tazwa.
Altazum Punk.
Atazabama.
Amaru.
Amara.
Akawa.
Akawa.
Wanakayadam.
Akayadam.
Magawi.
Makaya.
Wala Yazakar.
Waya Yazakar.
Sham Yashal.
Sham Yashal.
Iwad.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Naitazawa.
Tazwa.
Labat.
Wa.
Yakaru.
Akawa.
Al-Yaka.
Yak.
Mariak.
Maria.
Yakuraku.
Yakawak.
Ahali.
Ahoy.
Arwan.
Kadawam.
Wayashmai Alayam.
Waya Shema.
Mawab.
Ma'ab.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
Kabal.
Kabal.
Wa'amwan.
Ramwa.
Wa'amulak.
Wamulak.
Al-Shak.
Al-Shah.
Amishabi.
Al-Shah.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Amashi.
Nalwa.
Nalawa.
Aimam.
Imam.
Ayuwa.
Ayawa.
Zarawat.
Sarawat.
Labanya Lawa.
Wanya.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadian.
Madi.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kasa Yasara.
Kayabian.
Kayabi.
Banachal.
Wanako.
Kwayashwan.
Yashua.
Nashamago.
Ashima.
Bayanda Aru.
Ayanda.
Haywa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Ladam.
Nam.
Sartam.
Sarkam.
Nariyamawa.
Narayama.
Kaiwa. Kaslaki. Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazab.
Wakazab.
Wakazabak.
Kazaba.
Wakazol.
Kazol.
Manai.
Na.
Call Nasayakam.
Kana Sarkam.
Saw.
Shaw.
Marwa.
Amar.
Nayara Salak. Nayarusha.
Narasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahai.
Alahai.
Alaya.
Alaya.
Saitam.
Sarkam.
Kagaldula.
Gogla.
Kakwash.
Watch.
Tapanyarao Ka.
Panyaro. Fuck.
Kaash.
Rats.
Tabayra Yaira.
Byron Yard.
Wakalahaba.
Wakawaham.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Haryam.
Hardy.
Kam Daradabma.
Honor Dama.
Basaraka.
Sarah.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Wasa Wapaka.
Tabalaham.
Talaham.
Mala'at.
Malaa.
Panyaham.
Hanyaham.
Palawan.
Falaham.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwasha.
Shamka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabasha.
Waya.
Waya.
Baal.
Ahom.
Agai.
Ayai.
Waya Kaparu.
Wayakaparo.
Waya Barwa.
Wayakaparo.
Waya Daira.
Wayadai.
Kayata.
Kayata.
Shamka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Babaka.
Rata.
Ayuan.
Ayuan.
Ah.
Ah.
Ka.
Ka.
Rakuzak.
That was perfect. Perfect. Psalms 83 in the English. Do not thy silence.
Not thy side.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Below.
The Lord.
Thy enemies, like thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
They that hate
have lifted up the head.
thee. Lift up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They take crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy
And
people.
consult against thy hidden ones.
Consult against thy enemy.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Gone.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a
That the
nation.
name of Israel
The name of Israel.
may be no more in remembrance.
Be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with 1%.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against
the
it.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacle of Eden.
and the Ishmaelites,
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab,
Moab.
Garians,
Again.
Gabal,
The ball.
Ammon,
And Ammon.
Amalek, the
Amalek.
Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines that happens to Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
So is also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
doing to them as unto the
Doing
Midianites,
to them as unto the Midianites.
as the Sisera,
As the sister.
as the Jabin,
As the debate.
at the brook of
The
Kishon,
brook of Kishon.
which perished and endured.
Paris and Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
It became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a rib,
The nobles like a
and
red.
like Zeb,
And like Z.
yea,
Yea.
all the princes as the
All
fire,
the princes of
and
Baal.
as the moon,
And as a
who
moon.
said,
Who said,
let us say to ourselves,
let's say to
the
ourselves,
houses of God in
the
possession.
house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make it like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as a stubble before the wind,
As a stubble before the
as a
wind.
fire burneth the wood,
As a fire burns the wood.
and as the flames set the mountains on
And
fire.
the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy
So
tempest,
first you come with thy
and
tempest.
make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy stone.
Fill the faces with shame,
Fill the faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They might see thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded and troubled
let them be confounded and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame.
and perish,
Perish.
that men may know that
That
thou,
men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whom alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
the most high of all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed is Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things
and
living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
and Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
And use and curse,
punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
like
us.
prophets,
Our prophets,
the teachers,
the
the
teachers,
princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the
the
priests,
Israelite brothers,
Israelite
in the
brothers,
school,
in the schools,
the evils and curses,
and use and curse,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen,
to the
and
heathen,
shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure of the rich of Israel,
the treasure of the rich of Israel.
that refuse to give to the school,
That refuse to get to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches
to enter thy sanctuary,
into thy
to
sanctuary,
evils and curses,
and use and
and
curse,
punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nation,
and the nation,
and the drug dealers,
and the drug
the
dealers,
court system,
court
the
system,
prison system,
prison
the
system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our
all the
enemies,
governments of England,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and all,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Skinhead,
cosmopolitans,
Hospital
gay movement,
Gay movement,
the lesbian,
lesbians,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
the witchcraft,
Nazi space program,
and the space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airways,
and the airways,
cable access channels,
black
and the
channel,
radio channels,
and the radio
convict
channel,
the spirit
convict the
of
spirit,
any of thy people,
bring it out
and
peace,
seek to stop us,
seek to stop
and bring us with destruction
burn to
to
destruction,
all the heathen,
all the
and
heathen,
stand in the way,
staying in the way,
try to stop us
try to stop
from
us,
broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth,
planet
that
Earth,
lose all the plagues,
we saw the plague,
cause them to go to and fro through the earth and
to
consume
the
it.
earth, consumed,
Let the plague hit the house of the thief
the plague shake the house of the people,
and the murderer,
and
Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh shot,
Michael and Gary,
like we gave,
come down with flying saucers,
down to the
punish
sword,
all the heathen
punish all the
that come up against
that
us,
come up against us,
actually speak thy word,
speak thy word,
cause it to be known by all,
cause to be known by all,
that it is the angel that done
and
this,
the angels that have done,
cause it to be spread through the media,
all to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole world,
about the whole world,
cause them to shake out thy coming,
cause them to shake that come,
in the name of Yahweh
and
Shah.
then Yahweh shot,
Thank you always,
more,
so be it.
so be it. So,
All right, that concludes the Sabbath service. Wrap it up.